right, hey Algebra 2. So today we're going to actually talk about synthetic division, which is kind of like our long division, but just kind of like a cheat codes type of way. So the first thing that you got to know is this has to have some stipulations. So for instance, your divisor, which is what you divide by, has to have a coefficient of 1, and it has to have an exponent of 1. Okay, otherwise this doesn't work. You can't do this all the time, but it definitely is a quicker way rather than doing long division. And sometimes a lot of people mess up with long division. So we already noticed that we've got an exponent of 1 and a coefficient of 1, so we're good to go. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to change the sign of this term right here and put it in this box right here. Okay? And then we're going to list out our numbers, our coefficients, from this up in the front. Okay? So our dividend. Okay, so we're going to have 1, 1, negative 21. Okay? And then now we're going to have this process of bring the first term down, multiply, and then add. Okay, so follow this with me. So you're going to bring that first term down. Now you're going to multiply 3 times 1, and that's going to give you 3 right here. Then you're going to add 1 plus 3 going down, and that gives you 4. Then you're going to multiply 3 times 4, and that's going to give you 3 times 4 is going to give you 12. And then you're going to add those numbers together, and that's going to give you negative 9. Okay? So now we're going to look back at our exponent. Our exponent is 2. So we're going to take 1 less than 2, which is just 1, and we're going to put an x behind it. And then we're going to put nothing behind this one. Okay? But then we've got this remainder just chilling out here. Well, we're going to put this remainder over x minus 3. So our final answer is going to be written out as x plus 4 minus 9 over x minus 3. Okay? So I want you to take a moment. Let's just work on the setup of this process, and then we're going to actually implement it in just 1 second. So make sure that you pause the video and you try this one on your own. All right. So first thing I got to notice is my first term for my coefficient is 1, and my exponent is also 1. So I'm good on that one. So I'm going to change the sign, which is going to be negative 3, and put it in this little box. Then I'm going to write out all of the coefficients of my dividend. So 1, 5, negative 4, negative 25. So now I'm going to bring down this first term. I'm going to multiply negative 3 times 1. I'm going to add going down. So 5 plus negative 3 is 2. I'm going to multiply. I'm going to add. And I'm going to multiply. And then I'm going to add one more time. Normally, if whatever this number is, that's going to be your remainder. And the reason why we're putting it inside this box is because it reminds us that since this is in the box, we've got to put this over the divisor. Okay? So we're going to go to our exponent, and we've got to the third. So we're going to go x to the second. Okay? So x to the second plus 2x minus 10 plus 5 over x plus 3. And again, how we're going to write out our final answer is x squared plus 2x minus 10 plus 5x plus 3. Now, if we wanted to check our work and make sure that we did it right, we would take this entire thing and multiply by x plus 3. And that would give us what's over here. Okay? Let's try another one. Okay? So we're going to change the sign of this guy. So we're going to get 1. We're going to write out all the coefficients. We're going to bring down the first term. multiply by 1 times 2. Negative 4 plus 2 is still negative 2. 1 times negative 2 is going to give me negative 2. And I'm going to get negative 10 as my remainder. Now we're going to go to our exponent. We're going to take 1 off. And we're going to go into the first power minus 2 minus 10 over n minus 1. So our final answer is going to look like 2n minus 2 minus 10 over n minus 1. Again, just another way to do it, and you could have done it during doing long division. It just takes a little bit longer. And you make more mistakes with long division. This is a little bit more, upright, so it's a little bit more organized. On this next problem, though, you're going to notice that it's not in standard form. We've got to write it in standard form before we can do anything. So we're going to have b to the third first minus 19b squared plus 83b plus 78. And even our divisor has to be in standard form. So b minus 10. Right? So now we're going to switch the sign. And that's going to be positive 10. And then we're going to write out the coefficients. So we've got 1, negative 19, 83, 78. If there was a term missing, then we would have to put a 0 there. For instance, if there was no 83b, I would put 0 right there. So now I'm going to bring down that first term, multiply, add, multiply, add, multiply, add. Sorry, just checking my work. So then we're going to look at our exponent, leading exponent, take 1 off, and then go in descending exponent order. We want to make sure that we write the divisor under the remainder. So our final answer is going to be b squared minus 9b minus 7 plus 8 over b minus 10. Go ahead and take a moment, pause the video, try this one on your own. Alright, so hopefully you got a chance to do it. This is the same thing as what we had set up over here. So we just got to make sure that it's in standard form, which the top part is, but the bottom part isn't. So let's rewrite it. X to the third minus 3x squared minus 19x plus 44 divided by x minus 5. Alright, so now we're going to change the sign, put it in this first box, write out the coefficients of the first term, or of the coefficients of everything. And then we're going to bring down the first box, multiply, add, multiply, add, multiply. We're then going to look at our exponent, subtract 1 from it, and that's going to be x squared plus 2x minus 9 minus 1 over x minus 5. So our final answer is going to be x squared plus 2x minus 9 minus 1 over x minus 5. I know for some of you it's a struggle to try to figure out where everything goes, so I'm going to use my highlighter to try to describe this to you. So it's kind of as if you were adding going straight down here and there was just a 0 chilling right here, because 1 plus 0 gives you 1, right? So we're adding going this way, and then we're multiplying going this way. Okay? So if that helps you, that's great. If it doesn't, I'm so sorry. Again, synthetic division, you don't necessarily have to do, but that being said, there has been questions on the SAT and previous exams where it said, compare and contrast the errors, or Tell me where Susie went wrong in this problem. Okay, so you need to make sure that you understand this concept because it really is long division, just switched into a different format. Okay, so when you do your practice, make sure that you're implementing this stuff and you can check your work doing long division versus synthetic division. Okay, good luck.